Harley Davidson is just, it was more just the sound and the fact that there's so much you could do to them. And then a lot of it was just feeling for me. Like I've been on other bikes and with Harley it was just the feeling of, I don't know, the vibration, everything about them. I can't say I've been interested in too many other brands, but Harley, especially the older stuff, it just felt right. My name is Joshua Williams and I'm from East London. For a living, I'm a fashion model. Modelling about 9-10 years now, started young. I've done some of the cool brands, the whiskey brands, all the glamorous stuff. My earliest memories of motorcycles, I did some dirt biking when I was younger, but when I started getting really into them was when I was apprenticing in a tattoo shop. That's when some of the boys there had Harleys. And I remember one day one of them pulled up on a new one he got. It was everything, sound, the way it looked. And I remember I was like, oh, can I sit on it? You know what I mean? It's just the feeling. I booked in next day to start my lessons. I was like, oh shit, I want one of those. I wouldn't say I knew that much about Harleys then. I went to Wars and I bought a bike before I even passed, and I just left it in the dealership as a bit of motivation. You'd see them when I was younger and I'd look and be like, oh, that's cool, but you'd never think you'd own one. I've got a 2001 Evo chop and a 1979 shovelhead. The Evo, I bought that one as is pretty much. That's the only bike I've had where I've never really put anything into it. I liked it the way it looked. A friend of mine, Casey, built it, and I've only really changed a few cosmetic things, but it's just been a good, solid bike. It's never let me down. Just wanted to ride it as is. I only ever changed the bars. I had a friend, Barry, make up this 2-up seat. It was an 883 and then we done a 1200 conversion. It's just daily bike, get on and go. It's always been reliable to me. I just like the smaller ones because they're just agile. When you live in London, every street's narrow and you got a filter. It's a lot easier to get around. It's mad. I've got a group of friends. Some of us met through modelling and we all just started riding around the same time. That's how we kind of made a connection when we all found out each other rode. The group of about 9 or 10 of us, younger boys, that all ride together. So it's good to have people around my age into the same thing. One weekend was bored and was like, oh, let's go to Rotterdam. Why not? Let's just go, let's do it. So me and a couple mates set off. It all looked good, but when we was riding, just torrential rain, non-stop, non-stop. And it was silly because we only had a few days before the other boys had to go to work on Monday. We got there 10 p.m, had dinner, woke up and then came straight back. So it wasn't much of a trip, but not having a front fender and an open face, no waterproofs, it was just dripping, soaked straight through, but it was good fun. That was on the Evo, and the Evo is narrow, and that's more my commuter bike when I need to get places. That's slim to get around town, but for the shovel I just wanted it a bit more wild, so I put long fishtails on it, 16-inch apes. I did a lot of riding on that bike, but this past year has just been getting work done on it, making it look the way I want it to. So this is my 1979 shovelhead. Had this bike about 2.5 years. When I got it, it was a bit of a project. Pretty much cosmetically changed everything. I wanted to get it running right first, so I brought it here to my friends at Zeus. And I had it painted by a guy called Mitch Bailey in Australia. Bought these Paco fishtails. Found the Sissy bar on Chop Swap bait solo seat. This would be the one I rode to the hookup, Corner in East. Any of the local chopper shows, every and any one I could get to on this I went to. I have the two bikes. This is the favorite, is the one that's taught me a lot about motorbikes. Yeah, you have those moments where, you know, you got to play with it so much and there's a lot of tinkering around. All of that is still part of it. Kind of when you do get it going, when you do fix something on it, it makes it more sweet. I could have any Harley, I don't know, I've always been interested in panheads, and I feel like that's the next stage for me after my shovelhead, is to trade up for a panhead. You know, when you see old icons on bikes, it's like, when I started really looking into choppers, I would look at some of the Black Riders. So you'd be like the Southside Shifters or the East Bay Dragons. Then you'll see pictures of Jimi Hendrix on the panhead. So when I started looking into the history of it, I saw that there was a lot of other Black Riders, because I feel like there's not many of us in the Harley scene now. When I look back and I see a lot of them riding, it's like, oh, that's cool. They had all the old choppers and the shovels and the pans. Like, I've been on other bikes, and with Harley it was just everything about them. Definitely like a little buzz. So you get a little buzz. It's like if I'm leaving work or I know I'm about to leave to go get on the bike, it's like a little feeling of, yes, all right, just calms you down, chills you out. Harley, especially the older stuff, it just felt right.